I trusted him like a brother and she betrayed me. I thought I had everything. A beautiful wife, a best friend, a stable business. I considered myself a lucky man. Every day, I woke up with the certainty that the people around me would never betray me. I was as sure of that as I was that the sun would rise in the morning. But you know what they say? Life sometimes likes to remind you that you're just a pawn in someone else's game. And this game was rigged against me. I married Sarah 7 years ago. She wasn't just my wife, she was my world, my rock, my happiness. We had been through so much together, joys, sorrows, highs, lows. I believed our love was an unbreakable fortress. Jack had been my best friend since childhood. He stood by me through the hardest moments, when I lost my father, when my first business failed, when I faced the choice of giving up or pushing forward. He was the one who said, "We've got this, Mike." I trusted him like a brother. I trusted them both, and that was my biggest mistake. The first doubts. At first, everything seemed normal. The usual days, the familiar evenings. Sarah and I spent time together, talked about the future. Jack came over, like he always did. We had dinner, laughed, reminisced about old times. But then I started noticing small things. Sarah was on her phone more often. Her face lit up with a mysterious smile whenever she got a message. When I asked who it was, she'd brush it off, just a friend. But I knew my wife. Something had changed in her, and it made me uneasy. She started spending more time away from home. Yoga, shopping with the girls, personal development classes, so many excuses, but each one sounded rehearsed. Sometimes I noticed a faint scent of men's cologne on her clothes, but I convinced myself I was just being paranoid. Doubt was eating me alive from the inside. Jack changed too. He started avoiding me, even though we used to spend a lot of time together. When we did see each other, he seemed tense, like he was hiding something. I tried to dismiss it as stress, exhaustion, but my gut told me otherwise. Something was happening behind my back, and I needed to find out what it was. Uncovering the truth. I'm not the kind of person to jump to conclusions. I needed proof. One evening, while Sarah was in the shower, I took her phone. Unlocking it was easy, she never changed her password. I opened her messages, not expecting anything unusual. But what I read made my heart stop. "I can't wait to see you again, my love. You're the best, Jack. Mike will never find out." I read those words over and over, refusing to believe my eyes. My heart pounded so loudly it felt like it would burst out of my chest. It was a stab in the back. A pain I can't even put into words. Sarah, with my best friend? How long had this been going on? Why didn't I see it sooner? In that moment, I had two choices: confront them immediately or play the long game. I chose the latter. I decided they would pay for what they did. The plan for revenge. I started preparing. First, I installed hidden cameras in the house. I needed solid proof. I needed to see everything with my own eyes. And I didn't have to wait long. On the day I left for a business trip, I stayed at a nearby hotel and watched everything unfold through my phone. Sarah invited Jack over. They laughed, kissed, spoke about me with contempt. "He's so naive, Jack. We'll be together soon, just a little longer." She was already planning a life with him. They thought I had no clue. They thought they could betray me and get away with it. I closed my laptop. I had seen enough. Now it was my turn. Time to strike back. The first blow: business. Jack was my business partner, but he never really understood the legal side of things. He always relied on me for that. I got him to sign some documents, supposedly for expanding our company. He didn't read them. He just trusted me, just like I had once trusted him. In reality, he had just signed away his share of the business. A couple of weeks later, he found out. "Are you kidding me? This has to be a mistake, right?" He screamed at me in the office. He was furious. His face was red, his eyes burning with rage. But I didn't care. I just smiled. "No, Jack, this is justice." The second blow: divorce. I hired the best lawyer and filed for divorce. By then, I had all the proof I needed of her infidelity. I gathered everything: texts, videos, photos. According to our prenup, Sarah wouldn't get a single cent. I made sure she walked away with nothing. When she realized I knew everything, her face went pale. Her hands trembled. "Mike, please, let's talk." Her voice was full of desperation. But I didn't care. I felt nothing. No love, no anger. Just cold satisfaction. The public exposure. I wasn't done yet. I sent copies of the proof to our mutual friends. I let the truth spread like wildfire. Jack lost his reputation overnight. No one wanted to work with him, trust him, or even talk to him. Sarah's social circle crumbled. She became an outcast. Then, I made my final move. I walked into the bar where they used to meet in secret. I found them sitting together, whispering. I stood there, letting them see me, letting them feel the weight of my presence. I hope it was worth it, I said. My voice was calm, but my eyes burned with all the pain they had caused me. Sarah's face turned ghostly white. Jack tried to speak, but no words came out. I didn't wait for a response. I turned around and walked away, leaving them drowning in their own guilt. Moving forward. It took time, but I rebuilt my life. I expanded my business, focused on myself, and learned the most valuable lesson: never ignore the signs. Never let blind trust cloud your judgment. Jack and Sarah? They faded into obscurity. Last I heard, they had nothing. No money, no friends, no love. Just the consequences of their own betrayal. I'm not a vengeful person, but if you betray me, be ready for the consequences.